I welcome all of you in the online lectures of Maths 1-1, Linear Algebra and ODEs. Today we are going to start our second part of the course, which is Ordinary Differential Equations. And this is the first lecture of that part. And this lecture based on Introduction to Differential Equations. Differential equation. An equation involving an independent variable, a dependent variable, and the derivatives of the dependent variable is called a differential equation and written as DE. There are several classifications of differential equation. The first classification is classification by type. In this classification, we have ordinary differential equation and partial differential equation. In ordinary differential equation, if an equation contains only ordinary derivatives of one or more dependent variables with respect to a single independent variable, it is said to be a ordinary differential equation. There are few examples of ordinary differential equation. In first example, we can see that there is only one dependent variable y and there is only one independent variable x. In second differential equation, we can observe that we have one dependent variable which is y, and again we have one independent variable which is x. In the third equation, we can observe that we have two dependent variables. So more than one dependent variable can be present in a differential equation. But the independent variable should be one. So this is the uh, definition of ordinary differential equation. On the other side, an equation involving partial derivatives of one or more dependent variables of two or more independent variables is called a partial differential equation. So here are few examples of partial differential equation. In first example, we have one dependent variable u, but there are two independent variables x and y. So in partial differential equation, you should have at least two independent variables. Again, in second equation, we have one dependent variable u, and again we have one independent variable, two independent variables x and t. Then in third equation, we have two dependent variables u and v, and also two independent variables y and x. So these are the few examples of partial differential equation. Order of a differential equation. The order of highest derivative appearing in a differential equation is called the order of the differential equation. In example 1, the highest derivative appear in this differential equation is the second derivative here. So that would be the second order differential equation. In example 2, the highest derivative appearing in this differential equation is order 1 derivative here. So we can write this is first order differential equation. In example 3, the highest derivative appear in this differential equation is this one, and this is second order derivative, so we can write this second order differential equation. Degree of a differential equation. The power of the highest order derivative appearing in a differential equation after it is made free from radicals and fraction is called the degree of the differential equation. In first example, the highest derivative appearing in first equation is this, and its power is 1. So we can write this is first order and first degree differential equation. In example 2, the highest order derivative in this equation is this, and it is the third order differential equation here. Now for degree, we will check what is the power of this highest order derivative and its power is also 1, so this is first degree. So we can say that equation 2 is a third order and first degree differential equation. In equation 3, first we will find the highest order derivative appearing in that equation. So in equation 3, the highest order derivative is this, which is second derivative. So we can say that the order of this differential equation is 2. Now we will check the power of this highest order derivative appear in equation 3, which is also 1. So its degree is 1. So we can say that equation 3 is a second order and first degree differential equation. In equation 4, we can observe that there is a radical, and first we will remove that fraction. So we can multiply both sides. In fact, we will square both sides, and after simplification, we will get this equation. So in this equation, the highest order derivative is this. So it's a third order differential equation. So the power of the highest order derivative is 2 after squaring both sides, which we obtained. So it's a second degree. So we can say that equation 4 is the third order and second degree differential equation. Classification by linearity. A linear differential equation is a differential equation that is defined by a linear polynomial in the unknown function and its derivatives. That is an equation of the form like this. In this equation, a naught x to a n x and b of x are arbitrary differential functions that do not need to be linear, and y dash, y double dash, and y n are the successive derivatives of an unknown function y of the variable x. Here are the few examples of linear differential equation. So these equations are linear first, second, and third order ordinary differential equations. A linear differential equation may also be a linear partial differential equation if the unknown function depends on several variables and the derivatives that appear in the equation are partial derivatives. In this lecture, only ordinary differential equations are considered. A non-linear ordinary differential equation is simply one that is not linear. Non-linear functions of the dependent variable or its derivatives such as sin y or e power y dash cannot appear in a linear equation. Here are a few examples of non-linear ordinary differential equations. In first example, we can observe non-linear term over here, and the coefficients depends upon y. In second equation, again we can observe non-linear term because sin y is a non-linear function of y. And in third equation, there is an other non-linear term and its power is not equal to 1. So these are the examples of non-linear first, second, and fourth order differential equations respectively. Formation of a differential equation. These are the steps which should be followed for the formation of a differential equation. In step 1, we will write the given equation. In steps 2, differentiate the given equation with respect to the independent variable x as many times as the number of arbitrary constants. In step 3, eliminate the arbitrary constants with the help of the given equation and the equations obtained by differentiation to get the required differential equation. In this example, we will form the differential equation from this equation by eliminating the arbitrary constant a and b. So before going to start the solution of this example, you should know about the product rule, which you have studied in your calculus class. So given equation is this: y is equal to ex into a cos x plus b sin x. We will differentiate this equation by using product rule. When we will apply first derivative on this equation by applying product rule, the answer would be this. And we can notice that this part is equal to the given equation. So we will replace this part with y. Now we have two constants a and b, so we will differentiate this equation twice, and after first derivative we are getting this equation. So by taking derivative of this equation again with respect to x, we will get the second derivative. Again we will apply product rule on this part, and the answer would be here. And when we will take the derivative of y, we will get dy by dx. So this part, when we will factor out minus from this part, it is equivalent to minus y. This term is equal to dy by dx minus y from this equation, and this part would be written as dy by dx as it is. So when you will simplify this differential equation, your required differential equation would be this. In this example, we will find the differential equation for all circles of radius a in a plane. So first we will consider the equation of a circle, which is x minus h square plus y minus k square is equal to a square. Here h and k are parameters. When we will differentiate this equation 1 with respect to x, we will get equation 2. By factoring out 2 and simplifying, we will get uh, this equation. Now we will take derivative of equation 2 again with respect to x, and by using product rule again. So x minus h derivative would be equal to 1. So applying product rule on this part, we will get these terms. So by simplifying and moving all the terms except except y minus k on the right hand side, we will get this equation, which is our equation number 3. But from equation number 2, we can write x minus h is equal to this, and also we have calculated the value of y minus k from equation 3. So by putting the value of y minus k from equation 3 here, our new equation would be this. So this is our equation 4. So we have the value of y minus k and also the value of x minus h. Now by putting the values of equation 3 and 4 in equation 1, the new equation would be like this. So this is the value of x minus h, which is taken from equation 4. This is the value of y minus k, which is taken from equation 3. And we are putting 3 and 4 in equation 1. So when we will factor out this term from this equation, we would left with dy by dx whole square plus 1 is equal to a square. And when we will simplify this equation, our desired differential equation is this.